Okay, boys and girls, so this is the story, The Cool Bean. And remember, we're looking for the problem in the story today. So what goes wrong in the story? So we're going to begin to read, and this is our title page, The Cool Bean. Watch out! Here come the cool beans. The cool beans. Oh, yeah, check out how they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice their sunglasses. Yow. The cool beans are known all over the school, from house to house, across town, and beyond county lines. In the olden days, like last year, we were all one big pod of beans. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. A pod, that's one of your vocabulary words, is a pod. And then we stopped seeing each other as much. That's just how it is sometimes. You spend less time together, even though you're not totally sure why. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, became the cool beans. Oh, they were all so cool. One of them could play guitar. Cool. One of them could draw the best superheroes. Cool. And one of them could jump higher than any other bean I had ever known. Cool. Me, well, mostly I stayed the same. Sure, I made some changes. I wore sunglasses. Ugh, too big. I slicked my hair back. Ugh, too slick. I strutted around. Ugh. I swaggered. Ah! I was still picked last for everything. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. And I walked into stuff. I was an uncool bean for sure. You can pause the video here and talk about some things that you may see that might be a problem so far in our story. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean with no special skills. I couldn't compete, so I didn't try. I'd never be a cool bean. Oh, Miss Bumgarner's having a hard time. It seemed like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans and the beans like me. The days all blended together. I lived my life and things were just okay. I took tests and ate lunches, mostly kept to myself. The cool beans continued to be cool. I mean, sure, I missed them a bit, but it's not like I was going to say anything. I just felt like that the coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. And that's how it went until one day. I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Now, loafers are a type of pants. Oh, no, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. He didn't even say anything. He just gave me a nod, and that was it. Later, I was on the playground, and I tripped and scraped my knee, and I maybe cried a little bit, and everybody saw it. Another one of the cool beans came to my side, and without a word, he dusted me off. That afternoon, I was sitting in class, and I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everybody stared, and I sat there in silence. Nobody said anything. And then, everybody just laughed at me. That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. How do you think he's feeling right now? He's had a lot of problems happen to him in this story, a lot of things that went wrong. But then one of the cool beans stood up and came over to me. Everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32. Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat. It was a small gesture. Sure. Gesture, another one of our vocabulary words this week. What do we think gesture might mean? But it was also everything. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. I smiled all the way through dinner. That day made all the difference. It was a day that could have been really bad if not for kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. That shred of confidence has continued to grow. Confidence is another one of our vocabulary words. Look at the bean right now. Look at the bean. How do you think confidence might be making him feel if you're confident? Somebody had my back, or a few somebodies. So who has his back in this story now? After that, I started hanging out with the cool beans again. How have you been? Get it? How have you, Bean? Not all the time, but sometimes. At lunch, after school, even on the weekends. Throughout all of this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of that other silly stuff. It's about a wink, another one of our vocabulary words, or a nod, or a smile at just the right moment. It's about dusting somebody off, helping them up again, and pointing them in the right direction. Do you need a hand? Yes, please. Now that's cool. Okay, so with your teacher, be thinking about some of the problems that happened in this story for today.